are going to review Arena. Right, Kevin? Directed by Joseph Pevney. This guy used to be an actor. Now he's a director. He did like 21 movies in 7 years. And I wanted to say Gene L. Coon met him in 1964. They worked together, and he brought him on board.
Nice.
Gene L. Coon is listed as a writer. Actually, it says teleplay. And the controversy is he wrote this whole story that was Arena. And then when they gave it off to Kellum DeForest Research Center, as they do all their stuff to check the science and all the rest and the legal stuff, they said, this story is exactly like a story from Fredric Brown. So legal had to go really, really quick to Fredric Brown and say, do you want to write for Star Trek? Well, I have. Did you know you already wrote for Star Trek? As in, Gene L. Coon subconsciously or, not intentionally or anything, duplicated the entire thing. So So he gets credit.
So is this the one that went and they bought the rights really quick for? Is this the one that they did that to? Or was that a different episode?
This is one of them. We may have mentioned something similar before.
Okay. But they didn't say, do you want to write for it? They said, do you want to sell your story rights? Was this him selling the story rights to it, or did he?
Yeah, and he gets story credit because it is the thing.
Okay.
And then this was aired January 19th, 1967. And I think we call it, episode 18/19, because it's a production order is 19. It was aired number 18.
Number 18. Cool.
Yeah.
And so what's it about? Go ahead.
By the way, the director, Pevney, he ties with Mark Daniels for the same number of episodes. They're the big ones. 14 episodes each they directed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
it was well directed, I thought. It was very good. Now, let's get into the story. So the story is, what's the story about, Bruce?
Apparently, we have an outpost. Kirk beams down to visit because they've been invited. Check out the place. And I
got a question.
Destroyed.
Can I ask you a question? I know I told you to talk about the story, but I never could figure out why he was getting the invitation to go, and he was like confused on the planet. Like, the guy said, no, we never sent it. We were attacked 2 days ago. What was that about? The Gorn weren't sending. Oh, the Metrons must have been sending that out.
No. I say the Gorn. The way I have kept watching this episode very quickly with all these years without thinking about it, I've always interpreted it as the Gorn were misdirecting them theirs, because they wanted the ship there so they could destroy the ship, so they could
take over their
show their might
property. Kirk goes down, he beams down, and there's like there's more than one, but we don't see the rest of the survivors. There's basically one primary survivor that we see on the ship, on the Enterprise, talking about what happened to the planet. Right. In severe pain.
Oh yes. And and he has a great line. Are we already there?
Well, let's not get there yet, because we're still he's at the rock right now. Yeah. So I love the Kirk thing that you're talking about at the beginning. I'm going to start kind of going with your notes there, where Kirk's looking just kind of smug, and Rank had this privilege and all of that. He's loving it. He's kind of in captain's heaven right there.
Exactly. McCoy and him kind of bantering around, and then Nimoy, Spock going, well, why do we have to beam down, tactical? Just enjoy yourself. This guy sets a good table. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't put a captain by 5:42:25.
5:42:25. Oh, the way is that photo? Is that those were phasers?
Well, your phasers are coming out. That's really cool, special effects. But I'm actually talking about the one below that, the one with Kirk and Spock.
Oh yeah. What? Why? Yeah, right. That's 5:40. What's he saying there? Let's go see. 5:42.
Well, I think making do with what they got, it's kind of funny because behind Spock's picture there, you have You know, the guy's wife's a vacuum cleaner. He goes, "Oh, my wife has a." They go, "Can you guys get some stuff that looks like it's?" Yeah, my wife has a vacuum cleaner. Let me grab that. And
Exactly.
so they're on the planet. The Gorn are attacking. They can't see the Gorn. They're behind the ridge line, so they're not sure who they're fighting. They don't even know who it is yet, and they're trying to figure it out. Kirk does his roll. I love that you got the roll there. Now, I did have to comment on that. Kirk's roll is so good. You know, he practiced that forever. Spock's roll is crap.
Okay, if we're comparing roles, yeah. That was Spock was just running low on his, and then kind of half. It'd be the way Bruce is athletic.
So we're doing a little
Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest, as you said, little Galaxy Quest roll there. Do you have to roll?
Exactly. There's two movie references or movies that are referencing this. This is one of them, Galaxy Quest and shoulder rolls.
Yeah, they're going back to the Enterprise because the Enterprise they got the Gorn in their sights, right? So this is a classic episode where they're trying to separate the ship from the planet. They've got to have a scenario where they can't get back to the ship right away.
Yeah.
So, what you missed, I think, is like Sulu was totally controlling the bridge. I mean, Sulu was doing such a good job. I was wondering why they had such a full crew or complement on the bridge, because Sulu was pretty much handling it himself right there. The whole attack, the whole captaincy, the whole thing on the bridge. Did I jump too far? Oh, yeah, because the blue balls.
Yeah. So look at Kirk flying through with the greatest of ease, 746.
I know. He really is. Now, I couldn't tell. I don't think that's Kirk. I was looking at that before, and I think that might be a stunt double. And then when he hit the ground, then when they cut back to him rolling up, that's Kirk. But I think
expect that to be true.
Yeah.
That is quite the stunt.
Yeah, that was a really good stunt. I like that stunt a lot. And I love the way Kirk rolls it out when he's there. But there you go. You got the Spock. The Spock just looks clumsy to me.
Oh yeah, it is. It's weak, but come on, he's a tall, long-legged, long-armed alien that
very thoughtful, very more mental. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. That ridge line, I was wondering where they shot that location. Do you know where that location is?
Has to be Vasquez Rocks, doesn't it? Or wait, I thought I heard mention of two different sites. Well, Vasquez Rocks would have been the easy answer because they were already there where the rest of the fight is. Yeah. Why wouldn't they just turned around by the mobile park and found another ridge and called it good? Yeah. Oh, wait. No. I don't know that you know the thing that was bombed? What's it called? The Outpost?
Yeah.
That's from a famous movie. That is a set that was already there from 1939.
Oh, really?
And that may not be at the Vasquez Rocks. That's why I'm thinking those are two different areas, Vasquez Rocks.
So you think they matted that out in the background then? If you look at the arena thing that I'm looking at right now, that's the set. So do you think that's the actual set and where it's located at? Because that looks like the Santa Monica Mountains. Is Vasquez Rocks in Santa Monica Mountains?
There were 3 people who did the special for the Gorn.
I know, yeah.
Bobby Clark.
Uh-huh.
Well known. He did the hard work. They hired him because they knew he was a tough guy and it was going to be, you couldn't take that thing off. They'd be sweating all day and it'd be a nightmare. You can't pee. You got to put that thing, sew him back into it. And then what's Hadley? What's our guy name? Billy Blaze.
Is he the one that was the Klingon before?
No, he's our guy, Hadley. The guy that sits in Chekhov's seat all the time and gets all these odd jobs. He's the guy that played the rabbit. He did some close-up work with the Gorn head. And
he's the one that was fighting Kirk there.
Bobby Clark, minus the Gorn head, with black makeup around his mouth, takes a break and chats with a member of the wardrobe.
Yeah. Well, you got it too close. Back it off and kind of tilt it to the. There you go. Oh, nice. Very nice. Oh, wow, that's cool. And you got that signed. You went there and got it signed? Very nice.
It was signed, and I do not remember. He had pre-signed. They were pre-signed.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Or stack, and it says Bobby Clark and your captain, Gorn captain. No, Bobby Clark plus Bobby Clark something Gorn captain.
Oh, cool. Very nice. Put your notes somewhere. Oh, there we go. So that's cool. The Gorn guy shooting his balls. Sulu taking the helm. Oh, the guy in the helm, we're just telling him, we kind of passed that though. We talked about it, mentioned it, but him having agony in the sick bay.
Oh, where are we at? Okay, the thump guy, that's Sulu. Yeah. We begged them. There has to be a reason. Oh my gosh, there has to be a reason. The shot is good. It's not he's lying down and they didn't get him right up his nose. You know, you don't see anything. Yeah. They put the, I keep looking how they put the goop on to make him, I don't know, radiation burned kind of thing or melted skin kind of good deal.
Yeah. That would, I bet that looked really good on a TV set. You couldn't tell with now with high def and stuff, you could totally tell it's makeup, but
yeah. When it was videotape, I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. And then when the Laserdisc came out, it was like, oh.
You know, I don't know if they on the redub, but Kirk's skin always looks really good. Although his hairline seems to change from episode to episode. I think his hairline, they brought it down a bit on this one. But then you got him chasing them down. Warp. I like the way you go. Yeah, let's go to Warp 6. Right? It was Warp 6 that they were okay with. Warp 7, and then it was Warp 8 that they couldn't take, right? So I guess it does establish it in this one too that Warp is light speed.
Yes, and Warp 1 must be at least the speed of light. And the technical manual, I think the one from Franz Joseph, who did the blueprints in the early 70s, I think he had a grid there that said it's essentially cubed. So Warp 3 is 9 times the speed of light.
Wow, okay. Right. You're saying that Spock goes back into his Galileo 7 command ways.
Yes.
He kind of does. He doesn't escape it.
He says, I thought the hot pursuit alone might be sufficient. And Kirk's like, no, it's invasion. And later when they were talking that's here on the bridge, but in the quarters, he said, no, it's invasion. Well, okay, Captain, if you say so. But it sounds like he's trying to be the nice guy, and he can't be as a captain.
Yeah.
I thought the hot pursuit alone. Spock is still clinging to his Galileo.
I gotta say, when he goes to Warp 8, I thought that was hilarious because it's like this. So you have Sulu that goes, and then Spock goes, and then Scotty goes, and then Uhura goes. And it's kind of funny because they got them all doing their take, right? They go, okay, now you to Uhura, and now your shot. And it's funny because they cut to each one of them doing their, which normally if someone said Warp 8, everyone would go like that at the same time, right? But I love it that they each have their own take. It's like hilarious.
I did want to point out that look at they talk and then they show the screen. They talk and they show the screen to give us, hey, we're going. But here's a little glitch at 18 minutes and 11 seconds. Normally they just have a shot of space and it runs for a couple of seconds, maybe, a second or something, 30 frames or something. Well, here in this one, there's a sharp cut in the center. All the stars are one way and all of a sudden, whoa, Milky Way. It's and it doesn't look that way when you're looking at this right here, but it switches drastically. Oh yeah, you can see it, 1924 to 1952. Right,
you do the transition there. So you go back into a sparsely and then back into the Milky Way kind of thing. Yeah.
But while we're looking at it in one of those scenes, it switches. It's like, you can't do that. What'd you do? Yeah. Look, are you looking backwards now? No, the stars are still coming towards you. Would you change cameras?
So you're showing them when they're going sublight, which you're right. It is you have sublight here too. The impact on the Enterprise. I don't know why. Is that just that they shut down for sublight or what? I'm not sure why they're falling all over the bridge.
because the Metrons are causing their ship to slow down like the Gorn did.
Right.
Sulu sees that they slow down really quick, and Captain Kirk's going, "We got him!" And then the Metrons are attacking or causing our ship to slow down.
Here's a funny thing I noticed with Sulu.
Yes.
You know, I don't like picking on this when they say goofs. I don't really like reading the goofs on the thing because you've got so much going on and you're trying to film so much and say so much. A goof is, but what cracks me up is Sulu is just hanging on for dear life. He goes, warp 4, warp 3. He's not even looking at the screen and he's just calling it out anyway. And it cracks me up. And he goes, sublight. You know, he's not really looking at the equipment. And I'm like, he's pretty much just calling it out. You know what I mean?
Really? Oh, really? You think so? I thought he was looking at his little.
He's not. He's
yellow.
Look at him. He's got his head kind of twisted away. He's trying to hold on for dear life, and but he's still calling out the number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those numbers I put down. That's how he called them out. He said warp 5, 4, 2, sublight when the Gorn was slowing down, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 1 sublight when it was our ship.
Yeah.
Obviously you got that because.
So the Metrons, I didn't know the actor/actress of the Mentone that we'll see later on was a woman until I looked at the cast, and then I saw it's a woman. I had no idea, and still even now I look at this person and I can't tell it's a woman.
They wanted the boyish look, and of course it's not the first time they chose a woman for a part, right? We got the Telosian.
Yeah, the Telosian.
And the voice. Yes, of course. Vic Perrin from Outer Limits.
Oh, okay.
He did the voice for the Metron.
Oh, cool.
Very good.
That would have been a good place for the. Oh, there you go. You got the eyebrow of Spock. He's just kind of
Yeah, he does his eyebrow thing. Now he's getting in tune. He did it in the other episode, right? And now he's doing it here. This is going to be his
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Gorn. So in yours, I know that it's not this, and I didn't even know this. I did not read too much trivia on this one.
What?
But in your episode that you watched, because you're watching kind of more or less original, with the enhanced version, they have the Gorn blinking. So they do have blinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I think they did tasteful stuff when they did those extras. They didn't go overboard. They didn't do barrel rolls like the.
Yeah.
You know, they kept it.
Yeah, it's good. So what cracks me up about this fight more than anything else is for Captain Kirk to engage the Gorn, he basically has to engage the Gorn, which means he has to actually get right in there on the Gorn. And if you've done any kind of fighting, you don't really want to get kind of like right in there on your opponent, right? I guess unless you're wrestling and you want to just kind of throw him down. But because the Gorn has got no, which amazes me on that boulder throw, because you talked about the same thing I did, the boulder throw. The Gorn has no fast twitch muscles. So I wondered how the heck he was able to heft that rock up onto that boulder up onto the rocks up there, right? Because he would go so slow, he would just drop the rock kind of in front of him.
Oh,
but somehow
I see what you're saying.
able to get this fast twitch muscles to throw that boulder up onto the so I'm like, I don't know. That's kind of like a little it would have been funny if the Gorn would have picked up the boulder and tried to throw it at Kirk and it would have fell right in front of him. I thought that would have been so hilarious. So now you've got Kirk trying to figure it out, and Spock now. I think that they did, if they went back and forth like you said about going to the bridge of the ship and going down the planet's surface, I think that they did a pretty good job with Spock's character kind of being fascinated by Kirk figuring this out, right? Yeah. And I don't mean that it's just like he's having this mental this mental euphoria, Spock
Beautiful.
is. He's like,
yes, he's right. Because the captain is good. He knows the captain can play chess like nobody's business, and he's with Kirk, and that's pretty good because Spock should be like a whiz at this stuff, thinking 12 steps ahead and all this. And so obviously they work great together, and now he gets to see him solving a puzzle. Yeah, euphoria.
He's like,
I find some potassium. Uh-oh, diamonds.
Diamonds, yeah. So he hasn't put it together yet. He's just like, yeah, where's the Mentone? And I didn't really get that the Mentones really expounded that much on the weapons you'll find them on the planet, right? Maybe I needed to go back and listen to that part by the Mentones.
They weren't specific enough. They left it open-ended enough so that it was difficult to. Where are these? What was your comment, though? What are you trying to say?
Well, I didn't really catch that they told Kirk that the weapons were going to be on the planet that he can use. I mean, I didn't go back to listen to it either, but I know that they said it, I'm sure, but I didn't really pay attention to it. It was something that I kind of missed. Except
the Metron said, "The place we have prepared for you contains sufficient elements for either of you to construct weapons, lethal enough to destroy the other, which seems to be your intention."
So I don't know if you noticed, they changed Kirk's shoes when he's on the surface of the planet. He's got more of a shoe made.
Huh?
Yeah, wrestling. Yeah, like a wrestling store. But there you go. So he throws it, and you're saying the smoke is coming in from a little, which is coming up pretty high though. That smoke, where you're saying.
Where are we at?
I just like that the smoke came in from the left side. I wanted to come up from the...
the rock? Let's see.
Which would be 324703.
3247. Oh, yes. I have he's looking at the camera. It's like we're looking right at him. From the Gorn's point of view is my impression. I could be wrong. Maybe we're supposed to be off center, and that's why this is working. And so I see that the smoke is coming in, and obviously the air is moving it from left to right. And it's like, no, I think it should be going up. But maybe I'm wrong on this, and that we're really offset. But it looks like he's looking straight in the camera.
Well, to me, it was really hard to get the POV on this camera angle shots, because at me, it looks like, first of all, the Gorn is further to the. If you were going to look at Kirk and the Gorn straight on, Kirk would be to the far right of this frame, and the Gorn would be the far left. If you were looking straight at him in frame on the same shot. Distance shot, right? So if Kirk would have thrown that boulder off, it had to take some serious things to hit the Gorn, but it wasn't straight down like they're trying, I think, to get that POV to look like, right? So yeah. So to me, I just kind of like, yeah, well, it was probably a hard shot to do. I'll give them that.
Oh yes, they're forcing us to
the perspective, yeah.
But it's supposed what they want it to be. And the smoke just kind of took me out of disbelief or whatever.
Yeah, the suspension of belief.
The suspension. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So he climbs down the mountain like in Star Trek 5.
What's that?
He climbs down the mountain like in Star Trek 5.
Oh yeah. So here you go. So he does fall for that trap that the Gorn made.
Yeah, and they talk about this during the script development where. They're talking about, well, he can't outrun the guy forever. He's been injured. He's going to be injured. He has to be working at the speed of the Gorn, who can't run fast.
Right.
No twitch.
Yeah, no fast twitch. So he's going. I love the way Gorn starts taunting them. Slow down. I've got to. It's inevitable. We could be out here 100 years, and I'm going to catch you. I don't know why the Gorn is so, but I want you to say this because I know you said it with the Theologians,
Asians,
that they really didn't care about the human kind of factor. I think the Gorn doesn't either. He's just like on his own track. He's just like wanting, because I think Kirk would have, Kirk did relent, right? In the end, he relented and said, I'm not going to kill this guy. The Gorn doesn't seem like that kind of person or that kind of being where he's going to relent, right? And say,
Doesn't seem like it, but
yeah.
I guess could you give Kirk the benefit of the doubt? Did you give him the benefit of the doubt that he might flip-flop at the end and go, I'm not going to kill this guy?
Yeah.
Could the Gorn have done it? Could he have gone, I'm going to kill this guy, and then right in the last moment he goes, I guess I'm not going to twist his head off. I'll eat it instead. I don't know.
So Kirk starts thinking. And that brings me to a story. I've got a good story for you.
What's that?
Really good one. So he starts putting the saltpeter, charcoal together, right? I like that he grinds it up. thinking he was just going to light that stuff off and it was going to blow up, which it's not. So I love that he's getting on the rock and he's banging that stuff, and Spock is kind of going crazy and like, wow, he's getting it. Yeah, you got it, Kirk. I love that he's like someone that's talking to a TV screen, right? Get him! Oh no, don't go there! Don't, I love that Spock's character is kind of like taking on that role, right? He's watching from afar and pulling for you, but there's really nothing that,
Well, what is it, Mr. Spock?
yeah. So I love that they have them do the thing, and I know Mythbusters did their thing, and unfortunately Kirk wouldn't have lasted on this explosion. So he's finding his saltpeter, which I forget what Spock calls it. He calls it
potassium nitrate.
Potassium nitrate. Yeah.
I don't know. Should I look?
I think that's what he calls it. Potassium nitrate.
Unless I'm mistaken, it's potassium nitrate. First, potassium nitrate, and now if you can find some sulfur and charcoal deposit or ordinary coal, what's he doing? Diamonds, the hardest known substance. Impelled by sufficient force, they would make a formidable... What force?
So I put some notes. I want to kind of look at mine because I forgot what I was looking at. But you have the baboon shot of Kirk running up the mountain, right? He's got his butt all white with whatever he was sliding on, and he keeps running up the mountain, and so it looks like a little baboon butt, right? He just keeps running up. They needed to slow Captain Kirk down. He would have been on the other side of the planet somewhere.
So he was injured. His leg was injured, right?
But it was good because it also made him think, right? He had to slow down and kind of think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The salt. He's looking at the saltpeter.
Yes, he is. And does everybody have to taste this stuff? McCoy has to taste the salt, putting it in there. Okay. And now he knows. Oh, I love it. You can see him thinking. He finally clicks at that moment. Yeah. After he has his saltpeter hit, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And then we get some shots of the road.
The road. Yeah. Yeah, you got a couple of glimpses of it in some other shots, but it's easily kind of ignored until that one where you're pretty much in the firebreak road. Yeah. So, yeah.
I didn't like the way he gets his rope to strengthen they talked about that. They said, the research center said, you may want to have them put two pieces inside each other or strengthen it by putting something on the outside. They threw this on. But when I watched this, there's a rope there maybe that's 20, 30 feet long. He takes part of it and he cuts off about 6 feet, and then he throws it to the side and grabs the other piece. Why did you take this long piece and make it a short piece? Now, I suppose he was cutting it to the exact size he needed, so you get 6 inches worth of round, and then he would tie it off, and the rest was too long. But I think they were trying to say, hey, there's this vine thing in the dirt, and in order to get it out, he can't pull it out, so he's going to cut it off. But I saw all the ends. Yeah,
I saw that too. That was an interesting choice that they did to have him cut it and then throw, because it looks like he's going to me it looks like he's looking at this might not be long enough, let me grab this other piece, right? It's just like maybe I cut it too short, right? And then I don't know.
I look at this, it's a 30-foot piece and I'm going to cut off 10 feet and now I got 20. That's about right. Wait, grab the 30-foot one. It doesn't matter if it's dangling off of there. Why are you, oh God. I don't know. It looked funny. Okay. My shots here are back and forth. Notice how it's from them in the console and Spock and them, and then looking at the screen. Console, screen. Yeah. These are scenes that are cut, alternating, boom, 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 boom. That's all that I am. I'm just going back and forth from each scene, what they see.
Well, and you got Spock having his euphoric moment.
Yes.
I love that the Gorn is somehow, which the Gorn makes so much noise. He can never sneak up on Kirk, right? Kirk, he could live 100 years on this planet and not be threatened by this Gorn. Because he's coming, What's that noisy thing?
He's got asthma and he can't hide.
Which is funny because I always look at a lizard. I think the Gorn's supposed to be a lizard, isn't he, or not? I don't know. Do you think?
A reptile of some
A reptile.
sort.
And I always look at a lizard as a really fast. Every time I see them, I try to catch them. They go, yeah, they're just like gone. And the Gorn is just like, you could just totally catch the Gorn. Although you wouldn't want to catch the Gorn because he's so strong. But still.
Or you'd have to pop his ears in order to get away. There's Kevin laughing again.
No, it's true.
I want to pop his
will
ears.
not kill him.
Okay, so maybe he's less lizard-like and more like a dinosaur. Weren't dinosaurs, were they slower? No, we had
I don't think so.
Oh, no, we got some bad stuff.
Quick, yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Well, he just developed in another different planet that he didn't need to move so fast.
Hot as Vulcan, and this is like cold to him, and he's like slowing down. Where's the heat lamp?
Hey, man. Oh, I love, we missed some of it. You might have got some shots of it, but I don't know why they spray painted some of those rocks. I guess just for a look, right?
What?
You know how they spray painted the cliffs? I just don't know why they did that.
They spray painted the plants red in shore leaves. I didn't know they spray painted the rocks. Really?
I think where he's throwing that, you can see it behind. I think when he's throwing that rock off and they've got that one shot, it's kind of spray painted with a weird, I don't know why they did it. It just looks weird.
Something for my next viewing.
Maybe trying to highlight, maybe trying to make I don't know what they were trying to do, but you could tell that they kind of spray painted up there a little bit, but to give it some. I
don't think I noticed.
I scroll, so I'm down to the end where he tells a Mentone, hey, I'm not going to kill him, and I don't know. Did you have more? Did I miss something? I don't want to go on and
4530. No, I will not kill you. That's in Arena, and in A Taste of Armageddon, an episode, I don't know, maybe second, third episode season. Kirk mentions, well, we're ruthless, but basically we could decide I won't kill today. And then the other movie reference, Galaxy Quest, obviously at the beginning. Here, there's a movie called Free Enterprise. Everybody should watch that. That's another Galaxy Quest kind of movie.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Well, I like to think of it that way. And Shatner is in that movie, and two guys made this movie, and two friends made this movie, and they have a young version of themselves. I mean, the movie is like about them in real life. And the kid gets beat up at school, and he beats the crap out of one of the guys, and then he says, "No, I won't hurt you." The young kid, as he smacked him for a while, and it comes, of course, from this, another movie reference.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So there is a lot of references, and I think we're going to see a lot more as we go through Star Trek, where they're trying to say, "Look, we're trying to evolve beyond this." It's an evolution kind of thing. Even though I don't know if this was supposed to be a serious episode, I kind of enjoyed it as more of a lighter kind of episode. Did you think it was more serious or more lighthearted?
Yeah, I think more serious. I think 1966 Gorn would be frightening, not frightening, but the scary thing. This was a serious episode. Cestus III has been destroyed. Yeah, I would take this as a serious, not as
well. Okay. Let me back up. Then let me track. I think that those were serious things. Yes, I think a planet being attacked and annihilated, that is very serious. I'm not saying that's light, but there was light. I think when he's fighting the Gorn and the Gorn's moving slow, and that's kind of a light-hearted kind of, because Captain Kirk kind of had to engage the Gorn. It wasn't the Gorn engaging Captain Kirk, and then the Gorn taunting Captain Kirk. Those were kind of like it. To me, it's kind of and maybe I'm wrong, but it's kind of funny in the way that, maybe you're going to get me, but I can outrun you all day. So, Kirk could have kind of taunted the Gorn, is my point. So I was thinking that in a way, it's kind of more lighthearted. Maybe not. I think there were serious things that were in the episode, but kind of there was things that kind of levited, made it more light.
Made light of something. I disagree. No humor in this.
None at all. Not even Spock getting off on Kirk like, hey, yeah, that's great.
No, this Spock is
So you were taking all that because he's kind of ignoring the doctor who's going, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's like someone trying to watch a movie and you go, get out of here for a minute. I'm just trying to get this. Let me watch this scene. I thought it was kind of funny. I thought it was.
Yeah.
You're going, no. Yeah, you're going, yeah, no.
A serious episode. Good episode. I think a lot of people enjoyed this. It was written really fast. It was approved really fast. They all loved it, and I think the public gets a kick out of it. I know that we joke now about, oh damn it, the Gorn episode is on again. I've seen it a million times. Hey, when you put a guy in a rubber suit, he looks like a guy in a rubber suit. What can you do? But
yeah.
I think they did great.
Do you think that they should have made the Gorn move a little faster though, or you think that was just okay that the Gorn was moving?
I think that was an interesting choice, a good choice.
Yeah.
Not interesting as in, oh, that's odd. No, an interesting to say, hey, this guy's got a slow no twitch. He's slow. Yeah. And then he injures him and now brought Kirk down to speed. Hobble, hobble, hobble. Yeah, I thought it was a great way to portray it. So what do you think?
What's your rating of this one?
Oh, I like this. I like it, I'm surprised I like it. I'm going to give it my first 90. It's a good episode, and I like watching it. Why? Because he's mixing chemicals together, not to explode, but he's using his brain, and it's good. It's good fun. And we see the Vasquez rocks. It's classic Trek.
Yeah. Now you just said it's fun. You said it's fun. So I'm trying to get
interesting. No. Okay, interesting. This is not a funny or light episode. No.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to watch it again with a more serious, introspective look at it, because I was not watching it as a serious introspective. This is kind of an anti-war or anti-killing kind of thing. I know that is in there throughout this episode, but I was not watching it as that. I was like looking at Spock's character and his interest and Kirk's character and his what he was bringing to it, and then the Gorn. The Gorn to me was an interesting choice. I mean, they did have to slow Kirk down. They had to do that. So I don't know. I just found it very interesting, a very good, very well written. I think. The reason that I liked it so much was listening to you, and that's the truth. Because you said there's so much in this episode, and there's this great song I love by Styx. It's called "The Man of Miracles," and they do about seven within this one song. It's like 7 different musical things. It goes from classical to rock it's an amazing song. And that's when I look at this, I see the layering that you say is there.
Yeah. So can I put some numbers down here at the top with 90? Do we say that this is good?
I say it's a solid 90. Yeah, it's a 90. It's a 90. I'd love to bring it down a little bit, but I don't want to because of the other scorings that I did. Unfortunately, the guy that you're showing here, he passed away. I don't know why. From Mythbusters. He died very young.
Oh, our guy?
He was also acting in some of the Star Trek episodes.
Yes. Star Trek episode or movie or something. Yes.
Yeah.
And he died young, didn't he?
Very young, yeah.
That is horrible.
Yeah. I forget what his name is, but because he was in, what's that spin-off of Star Trek? I think you mentioned one now, but he was in the other spin-off of Star Trek.
The other one, Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine.
Oh, was it Next? No. The fandom ones. The fan.
Oh, that's right. That's where he was. It was either one of the two.
The Continues. Star Trek Continues.
Star Trek Continues, yeah. Or the other one. Boop. I've got all those episodes. These guys are great. Let's go to vid, home, entertainment, Star Trek.
Yeah, there he is. Grant Mahu. I think he passed away. Yeah, he died in 2020. Yeah, I don't know why.
Bamboo Cannon. I got all the videos. I'm sorry. Fan films, New Voyages, and Star Trek Continues, the two big ones in my opinion for classic Trek. Not to slight any of the other guys that did stuff without green screen, like Starship Exeter and Starship Farragut and Excalibur and Axanar and Hidden Frontier and Renegades and all the other ones, but New Voyages and Star Trek Continues. So he was in one of those.
Yeah, he was in Star Trek Continues. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's cool.
So there's the links. Very good.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna look those up. I'm gonna check these out. Yeah. So a good episode. I liked it. I'm glad we went over it, and I'm glad you pulled up that extra research on that cannon. That's cool. I'm glad we both kind of were looking at the rope thing. I didn't mention it, but you did mention it. So, all right, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah,
bye.
bye.
Well,
I wish I would have watched it.
Did you not watch it? Do you not know what it's about? Not at all. And I do it like Spock. But Kirk, no, William Shatner, he is Kirk. He does the shoulder roll like, boom, I agree with you.
He's got it. And then he does his crawl you're talking about. That crawl is just classic.
Like in Man Trap is where we saw it first. First episode, and he's crawling across the net, and he's doing his arms and shoulder roll. So whether we want to or not. You look up Vasquez, and I'm going to look up where that is.
Agua Dulce, California.
Great. That's okay. That's the day 2 took the Star Trek company back to the Vasquez Rocks. Let's go look and see. Got to be right here where.
Yeah, it's up north of here. It's about an hour north of Los Angeles. Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Uh-huh.
¿Dónde está la casa de Pepe? Aquí. Bobby Clark.
Maybe I'll go out there this weekend. I need a good place to go.
You need to go. Now they tore down this. Come on, Bruce. Reproduction. Okay. Then they go out there, production diary. Big Valley. Vasquez Rocks. I lived in Saugus then. It was only 7 miles from Vasquez Rocks, so I went up there and met them.
What Warp Factor 8 does that no one's taken into account, or I hope that a book does, is that everything is kind of time delayed.
Well, going warp and you remember the wormhole view in the motion picture.
Exactly.
Captain. Warp Factor 8. So, say what? Oh, I guess I did get that shot.
So Uhura already steps in, though. She already says, "Hey, we're in a."
What do we got? We got colorful. What'd you call those? Kaleidoscope picture on the.
The thing there. So and then.
Just there will be no discussion. Oh my God, cuts them off.
I love it. And there you go, the disappearing act again. I love like Uhura, they kind of had her a little overacting there. He's gone. She jumps up and runs over and they go, Uhura, you're on. He's gone. Ah. Not like she hasn't seen that in 10 other episodes.
Okay, that was funny. Because I'm collecting those shots when he's disappearing. Everybody disappears.
He's gone. So it's just like when Spock goes in that one episode, full stop. You know, it's kind of the same kind of
projected
reaction.
Well, it's a small screen, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they need to keep the audience entertained.